Hello everyone, I hope unaendelea fiti manze. Karibu sana to another edition of Urban Kale, and definitely I'm your host Zion San. Karibuni sana. Today I'm hanging out with a lady that has a story and a half. She's a financial consultant. Yani, ikifika stories of accounting nini. This lady is amazing. She's also a mentor. She's a founder of Sparkle Again Foundation. But before we get there, just want to let you know that we are coming to you ndani ya Posh Inn along Kericho Nakuru Highway. An amazing place if you want, your accommodation services, amazing food, serene and very silent environment. Now by the way, creativity go huku itakubamba sana. So please make your way, make your bookings manze ndani ya Posh Inn Kericho. Karibuni sana. All right. Sarah Rojit.
Yes.
Karibu sana on set manze. Good to see you. You're looking lovely.
Thank you, and so do you.
Thanks manze. This is courtesy of Top Glam Collections.
Really, you look really nice.
Asante bana. Ukitaka masuti this festive season, ukitaka nguo za watoto. Nilikupeleka jana. That's why you look awesome like this. Unakanga fiti. But Top Glam walifanya ile kitu. And that is why we are looking awesome like this.
Yeah, so to the ladies, those who have children, families, if you really want cool fashion in town, Top Glam gotcha.
Kabisa, ukitaka kubuy gifts za, unajua hii ni festive season, unapeleka boyfriend pale nyumbani ama girlfriend, unaenda unaonyeshana watu wako.
Yeah, they really got you. Their prices are amazing and they have amazing staff working out there.
Kabisa. Shout out to Top Glam Collections for coming through. Shout out to Posh Inn. How do you find Posh Inn?
The place is beautiful. I didn't even know it existed, but it's amazing. It's just serene. It's very beautiful.
Because I'm always awesome. Awesome. I take people around. I show people magical places in Kericho. Because you know why? I got you. Karibu sana. Good to see you.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Sasa, your story. Where do we start? Maybe I know you. Nakujua, I know a few things. I'm like, where do we start? Maybe you tell us about what you do. Tuanze mali uko kwanza, and then you pause, and then you go back.
My name is Sarah Chepkirui. I run a community-based organization. It's called Sparkle Again Foundation. So basically, as a foundation, what we do, we seek to eradicate poverty among the adolescent mothers, and the youth through holistic mentorship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you targeting to some poverty among the adolescents? Unamaanisha like hapo wakiwa adole mnawatoa kwa poverty ama long term, teach them, mentor them pole until now they get out of.
Okay, it's a long term thing because basically we are passionate about education, and at that age, that is when you're just starting your education. And as you proceed to be a youth, that is the prime of your education. So we basically instill the importance of education to these young people, because education is a ladder out of poverty. So you don't get educated, you fall into the poverty circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I also know you did finance. I understand
Yes.
you did finance. So how does finance and Sparkle Again come in?
Okay, by training, I'm a finance person, MBA finance. But I'm really passionate. Thank you. I'm really passionate about mentorship, and part of the holistic mentorship that we do has an economic aspect in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So are you currently practicing your finance? Ama you are focusing on Sparkle Again Foundation?
Okay, I do financial literacy training for different NGOs.
Okay.
I'm also a finance consultant, and I also run the foundation at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, such a powerhouse. Yeah? How do you manage to do all that? Na bado unakaa fit.
I think it's just a matter of striking a balance and just prioritizing what you want to achieve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides that, I also know you're a mother, a mom of a teenager.
Yeah.
How has it been? How has the journey been? Because hapo najua ndo kuna story sasa where we can pick our name for the day. How has it been being a mother of a young son?
Based on the age that I became a parent at a very young age, 20. My son is 13. So wow. I think like every other parent, raising a teenager at this particular time is very, very difficult. So it has been a very difficult journey, juggling school, being a parent, wanting your own time as a young person growing. So it's been a very hard time, but God has been graceful.
Wow. Okay. Now tell us, being a mother at 20 months, how was the whole experience? Because I know hapo kuna lessons and 1.5 million, you know, that we can learn from. Some of the things you've gone through, and you know, even kitu yenye ilikufanya mpaka ukafeel uko na hiyo spark ya kuanzisha sparkle again. You know, even the word sparkle again. I just have a lot of, I want to hear that story. How was it for you? How was it like, had you planned to be a mother?
Come on. At 20, I was in my second year. Then you get pregnant. Then you don't know if you're going to stop school. Because I come from a family that, like most Kale dads, are very, very strict. And I don't think just Kale dads. I think any other father would really be very tough when a girl gets pregnant and she's still in school. So it was very difficult for me because there was so much stigma and discrimination around getting pregnant as a student.
You used to go to church? Were you like a church person then? And, you know.
No, I wasn't a Christian.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just a kawaida girl. A student getting pregnant at 20.
Were you a party animal? Like, you pale kampoma nzee, kudunda, kutesta?
Yeah, I'd say I was a dunda girl back then. And so even getting pregnant meant that no more dunda. You don't know the trajectory of your life at that particular time. So it was very, very difficult. So I had to defer my studies for 1 year.
Wow.
And even before that, you know, like when you're expectant, you're supposed to go for the prenatal care just to ensure that you and the baby are safe. So at that time I wasn't even ready for that. So I didn't even go for prenatal care, I think, until like 4 months into my pregnancy.
What?
Yeah, which was very risky. And I was under so much stress because you're a student, the baby's on the way, you don't even know if your life is ever going to be the same again.
Yeah. And of course you've disappointed your parents.
Yes. Yeah. So
imagine what was going on in your mind.
Yeah, it was really a lot. I had so much stress, and I ended up having my baby at 7 months.
7 months.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, hold kidogo. Because I'm just imagining all that happening to you at the same time.
Yeah.
You have a dad who is now, amekasirika, pressure imepanda. You have school that umetuliza kando. And then of course because of the thoughts and the stress, then the baby ndio huyo anakuja. Unaambiwa now, and then it's not even time. What was going on in your mind? That particular moment ulienda hosi. I'm assuming how was that by the way? Ulienda ukaambiwa hosi ama you just felt like labor imefika, it's about time?
Because it was my first time, so I didn't even read much about pregnancy because it was not something that I was prepared for. So I just bled. So I knew that if you bleed and you're pregnant, it's risky. So I went to the hospital and I was told that in a few hours time you're going to be a mother. Yeah, that's how I found out that I was about to go into labor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how then was your relationship at this point? The relationship with your mother, was your mom around to just, teach you a few things, just guide you on a couple of things?
Coming from a home that your father is very strict, of course, as much as your mother supports you, she wouldn't want to support you in a way that your father will think that she's okay with what you did. Yeah, so she would.
Would you like some?
Yeah, kidogo tu. Yeah.
Acha tupige kasipu ndio. Tuendelee.
I had a very good relationship with my mom, but she was equally disappointed. But she supported me, she prayed for me, she encouraged me. She told me that everything was going to be okay.
Are you the first one, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Because I imagine being the first one. Now this is the standard you are setting. This is what is going on in the minds of our African parents.
Yeah.
And you can really feel like you are such a... You can really get into depression. You know, it's just a mistake that happened. You are growing up, you have zero information. I'm imagining, you know, being a 20-year-old man nowadays, you know, okay, I sound so old, but you understand, you know, the kind of society that was there. A lot can change in 5 years.
Yeah.
So when you talk about 20 years ago, 13 years ago, you know, or 10 years ago, a lot has changed. And I'm imagining, you know, the stigma around, you know, a lady, msichana wa so and so, amepata boil and stuff like that. It can really do a number.
Yeah.
So here you are, you're bleeding, and the only thing that you know is something is not right. When you're pregnant, when you're bleeding, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And that is what you did.
Yes.
Ukaenda hosi. Now you're in hospital, what happens?
So kwenda hospitali, some checkups, the normal checkups for expectant mothers. Then I go into labor, only to give birth to a baby who is 1.3 kgs. Yeah. And I remember the first thing the doctor told me, huyu ni 50-50, anaweza kufa, anaweza survive. Yeah.
Just yani amekurusha tu hizo information just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What comes to your mind?
Oh my God, what did I get myself into? How will I come out of this? Yeah.
Wow. We thank God, manzi. So now mtoto amezaliwa, mpeleka kwa nursery.
Yeah.
And now you guys have to stay in hospital for like how long? 2 months?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
I mean, how was your stay for 2 months in hospital?
My nightmare began the day that I went into labor, because for those who've had children in the nursery, it's not really easy, because at that point your baby is 1.3, they can't even breastfeed, they're just at the mercies of oxygen and the doctors.
Wow.
So my life changed. I don't remember sleeping for 2 months.
What?
Yes.
So, okay, I'm not a parent and I don't have a lot of experience on that side, but I'm just imagining there's a baby at nursery, he or she's not breastfeeding, then how does he stay alive? Like, food alikuwa anapata aje?
Basically, a tube is inserted through their nostrils all the way to the stomach. Yeah. So you have to express milk, and there's I think it's called a syringe that is put there. So you express milk and push it in with a syringe. So it goes all the way down to the stomach. Yes.
And you did that for 2 months?
For 2 months. And it was like after every 3 hours, you go check on the baby. And you're in the nursery for like an hour. So basically you have like an hour to rest day and night for 2 months.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. And how is your relationship as well with the father of the baby? Was he supportive through that process? Was he present? What was going on?
He was very supportive and very present throughout the whole journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. You're lucky. You're lucky then, but hey manzi, you know, I'm just imagining baby daddy ameruka, no one is supporting you, you're there by yourself, and all, but kama alikuwa then okay, alikuwa sawa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go back home now, umetoka Hosi.
Yeah.
How then did life change? Because remember, kuna time ulikuwa home, you know, mtei hajafika, so you're trying to, you know, understand what is happening. But then the reality is home now. Kuna mtoi, you have a baby that is crying. You have to breastfeed. Then you have to live with your parents. How was that transition? You handle that?
The transition was just difficult because no one prepares you for that. I think life happens and you just find a way of dealing with it. So basically my life changed because now you go home, you have a baby. It means that you basically have to be there to take care of the baby. So the friends you had, the things you used to do before that had to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Life truly come to another stop and then transition and then adjusting now.
Yeah.
Okay. I have seen your son. Very handsome, young son.
Thank you.
Sawa, very tall. And I'm like, wow. Me, I didn't know that story. And thank you, Manze, for having the courage to share that story with us. Now, some of in between now, maybe growing up, what are some of the things that you learned? What are some of the lessons that you know became so dear to you, such that ikifika place unasema, you know what, I want to meet the young guys, adolescent young guys, so that they don't go through. Ama nini inspire kuanzisha
When every girl gets pregnant out of wedlock, I think the thought of abortion comes to mind for a majority of girls. And at that point, you realize that every choice you make has a consequence. So had I had an abortion, there would be consequences. Choosing to keep the baby also had consequences. Because responsibility.
Of getting an abortion?
Honestly speaking, the thought crossed my mind. Yeah, but I
prolong
thank God
the
I didn't.
You did prolong it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So coming out and taking care of my baby, I just realized that there are so many other younger girls than I was that have children and they're just at home. So I said that now that this is something that I have gone through and I'm still going through, I can be of help to these even younger girls who are still in primary school and high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just asking myself, had you not gone through that experience, would you have founded Sparkle again? Was it something that, you know, in your imagination, do you think you would have?
I'm passionate about mentorship. I would still be in mentorship, but maybe my focus would be on a different group, not specifically the adolescent mothers. Yeah.
Okay. So it's been 13 years, boys grown up, and the shule mzuri, you know, he's doing well.
Yeah.
Ukimwangalia sahi, what comes to you? Yeah?
Blessings, because I think had I not had him, I wouldn't have impacted so many people, so many young people the way I have. So I look at him as a blessing because he really changed my life. Because I learned how to care for someone else other than myself, just to be selfless and put the needs of someone else before my own needs.
Your dreams,
Yeah.
your schooling, your career, you know, just so that you can take care of this little human being that God has blessed you.
Yeah.
Me, I celebrate all the mothers. Mimi, I celebrate all the mothers. Thanks, Manze, for, you know, really stepping up. I know, ulishokiwa into life, you know, life shocked you into this menu, but you just had to roll with it.
Yeah.
And you are not badly off. Uko sawa, you are glowing.
Thank you.
Uko sawa kabisa. Still in shape. Look nini.
God's grace.
Tashukuru sana.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Sparkle Again Foundation. How long has it been operational now?
We began in 2015 just as a support group, but we were officially registered in 2017, so I'd say 3 years into existence.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you've been able to do? You know, umefanya nini wapi? Success stories.
A lot of the work that we do revolves around mentorship, because that is like our key theme. We do holistic mentorship as a way of eliminating early pregnancies and of course kicking out poverty among the young people. So we have been able to do like educative radio programs. We have done a lot of mentorship programs in schools. We have also been able to work with different partners within the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is something I saw you were doing with USAID. Was that also Sparkle Again Foundation?
Yes. I used to be a program support officer at USAID, Kericho. And they had a program, a very good program. It was called Kenya Youth Employment and Skills. So basically the program was about enhancing youth employability through skills development. So since we were already handling a group of adolescent mothers out of school, I saw it as a good opportunity for them to also have the same skills that other youth are having, So we were able to train around 71
Wow.
young mothers on business and just life skills training.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's nice. So are there any success stories like the people that you train walianzisha biashara, they have the grind, you know? What are the success stories of what you've done?
Since a majority of our adolescent mothers are from the rural areas, most of them are in business, and even for the ones who are already in business and didn't know how to manage their monies, have now expanded and are able to even budget the monies that they get to be able to meet their needs. Because initially they had money, they didn't even know how to budget all that, but because of our partnership with USAID, they have been able to start businesses, they have been able to even pay for their NHIF through the money that they are able to get in the businesses that they're doing. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. What would you tell parents that, you know, sometimes they find themselves in this situation? Because also, remember that girl did not become pregnant by herself. You understand?
Yeah.
There was a boy involved. And the level of the parents, what kind of message would you tell such parents that find themselves that their son has impregnated a girl and they are just young children, you know, and also the daughter?
Okay, as I'm still a young parent, and so what I would say is that had it not been for my parents' support, I don't think I would be seated here with you, Zion. Because as much as I failed my parents, they were able to forgive me, they were able to take me back to school, and that's how education uplifted me from poverty. So I'd tell the parents out there that, like even looking at now COVID-19, so many teenagers are mothers.
Yeah,
Class
you saw the
7,
statistics.
class 8, the statistics are scary. So if it means that all these girls are left to stay at home, then the circle of poverty will go on and on. So I think, sorry?
No, just finish what you're saying, then I'll ask you.
So I think parents, as much as this girl has failed you, I think we look into the long term of her life. Just let her stay at home for some time, take care of the baby, and just support her to go back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Na wazazi wa vijana? The boy.
Wazazi wa vijana, I think it's good if they can still support the girl to go back to school and share the responsibility of raising the child. Just support the baby and emphasize on the girl going back to school. Because you see, like, boys get girls pregnant, their life continues. The girl is left stuck forever.
Yeah, and most of the time we are quick to pass blame on the girl and not on the boy. But at the same time, also we fail to understand that these are children, these are kids. They might not really understand the magnitude and the impact of what they're engaging in until all of a sudden this is happening.
Yeah.
Luckily for the boy, anaweza hepa, but for the girl, mimba ina grow. You understand?
Yeah.
But we could avoid such scenarios. Chineke soda yangu. You know, I have to energize myself. I'm a spalleter person. We could avoid. That is why for me, when I said I must have you at some point, because I felt like what you're doing is amazing. Because you are not just out there using your story, but you are actually reaching out to young people and mentoring them so that they can learn how to avoid certain obstacles and potholes that might actually stall their progress in life. So kudos for that. Kudos kabisa. Now going forward into the future, you know, what are you looking at? You know, in terms of, I know you want to run a business. You said you do consultancy, the Sparkle Again Foundation, Manzi, and being a mother. What is the future looking like for you?
I would peg my future based on the impact that we want to have with the young people, because as a foundation we envision a world where every adolescent and youth is empowered enough to finish college so that they can realize their full potential and free themselves from poverty.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Someone in a meshika. And what you're doing, you cannot achieve it by yourself.
Yes.
You definitely need partners. You need people to come through and support. You know, I mean, what would you say to such people that probably perhaps they can come and partner?
First of all, I'd like to appreciate the people that we work with, because when we say Sparkle Again Foundation, it's not just like one person. It's a group of people that work together to ensure that these young mothers, these adolescents and the youth are able to be mentored to become better citizens in future. So I have a wonderful team of volunteers. I also have a wonderful team of friends, and the institutions like Emmanuel AGC have been very supportive in terms of just building my skills, because I do mentorship as well in the church. So had it not been for them building my skills as a young person in the mentorship journey, we wouldn't be where we are today. And of course we work with the county government and the national government, so we work with quite a number of people, and I'm also appealing to people who have the same interest as us. SDG1, no poverty. If they're really passionate about that, we can also work together. Yeah.
Why not?
Just to safeguard the future of these young people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot needs to be said. You know, I saw a tweet the other day by Dr. Wandia Njoya. I have to credit her for this. She said young people need to stop calling for attention and demand accountability from government, because you are not going to be a youth forever.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You need to demand policies that are going to ensure that you mature into adulthood healthily, and also as you age, you know, see where you are going to become a parent, for those who want to be parent, for those who want to be parents, and you're going to age, and you need an environment and a society that enables you to go that transition through life visually. You understand?
Yeah.
So even for the young people, you know, calling for attention as the youth is, you are the leaders of tomorrow, that conversation needs to change. And for me, I'm glad that, you know, this is a lady doing it. This is a lady doing this. You know, that Nyaje, we need to build a society for ourselves that you know, helps us to transition through various phases of life into, you know, adulthood, senior citizen, mpaka siku ile Mungu yeye atacheza kama yeye. You understand?
Yeah.
So tunashukuru sana. Anything else that you would like to, you know, to speak about, to share, that you feel like maybe you want to really ama umesema yote, you know?
Of course, as a mentor, you can never really say you've spoken enough. So maybe one thing that I'd like to tell the young people, when I say young people, I mean from the adolescent, the age of 10 all the way to the youth, that it's your personal responsibility to ensure that your life goes the right direction.
Sir?
Yes.
No
So
one-
in the event that you fall in life, pick yourself up.
You have to dust yourself up.
Yes, because had I stayed there, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Throwing a pity party.
Yeah, don't do that. Cry, break down, but move on with life.
Like deal,
Yes.
heal,
Heal.
rise up again.
Yes.
You know,
No one will do that for you.
No one will.
Yeah.
I was listening to Steve Harvey. You know Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
The guy at 37 was homeless. He's living in a car. Zero. But look at him at 60 now.
Yeah.
Look at him at 60. That is barely 23 years ago. You understand?
Yeah.
And look at the level he is in. If he didn't pick himself up and keep hoping, keep trusting, he would not have been the Steve Harvey that we know. And look at your story. 13 years, you said 13 years ago?
Yeah.
13 years ago. Now I know your age. But what then?
No, I'm just 16.
With how many years of experience? Couple of years of experience.
Yeah.
Would you have imagined that by this point 13 years ago when your baby was crying, when you were trying to take care of him in the hospital? Would you have imagined that this would be you? Ama ulikuwa unaona tu hapa giza, kwanzia hapa ni giza tu, you don't know what was happening.
this picture was not there. I was just seeing darkness. But because of the intervention of so many people, the support system that I had, I'm able to be here. So every young person needs a support system.
They need support.
Fall down, look for support system, pick yourself up and move on. Never ever give up, no matter what. Yes.
Never ever give up, no matter what.
Yes.
On that note, imekuwa fiti sana. Thanks for coming today. Najua
you for having
nimeuliza
me.
some very uncomfortable questions, but you know, as an interviewer, man, so that's I need to get information because that is what is going to speak to us.
Yeah.
And thank you for your willingness to come. I appreciate sana. We would like to wish you well with Spakola Game Foundation. Mimi nafanyanga ma events za usanii. I'm passionate about art. Kama vile unanijua. So I also try to get young people who want to get into the art industry. I would like to, to give them some, platforms and mentor them and, just do what I can in my little small way. Because I also need support as an artist. You understand? And definitely going forward, I'll be inviting you. Let's tufanye kazi pamoja. Because I feel like we are in the same path.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Manzi. Anytime you have something and you want us to talk about it, you know what to do. You know what? I got you.
Thank you.
I got you, Manzi. Thank you sana. Tumalize, si ndio?
Yeah.
Tumalize twende home.
Tunaona nyuma ya tent hizo
Nyuma ya tent.
mnaongea.
Ama tuko posh, tutaenda kwa the front ya posh in alafu. Unasikia kuna kalanti kanatengenezwa. Unasikia hiyo harufu vile inapita pita.
Kanyama kananukia hivi.
Ndio hiyo sasa. Me when I invite my people I have to take care of them.
Yeah.
To take care of them well. Sawa. Thank you so much, Bana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to Urban Kale Manze and listening to such an inspiring story by Sarah Chekirui Rotich. Mimi nimejua kama Sarah Rotich. Ama Sarah Sparkle again. Yeah, clearly she's sparkling again. Asante sana. Oh, by the way, what are your social media handles so that guys can check you out?
Sarah Rotich on Facebook, Sparkle Again Foundation on Facebook.
Pale IG bado
tunang'ang'ana kukua digital.
Your son is going to suit you. I know because huyo kijana anamtambua sana. Alright, sawa. Thank you so much. It's been nice. Okay, guys, leave your comments. Check her out. Follow her page on Facebook, and let's keep supporting one another. It is never that bad. You can always pick yourself up as a young person. I'll see you. Thank you so much. Lazima ni big up by the cameraman. H2 videos. Yani wanafanyanga ile kitu. He come through. Hila. Shout out Manze. Tunashukuru sana. Thank you for to push in for coming through also to giving us this venue. And by there you guys need to check out this place. It is really awesome. And then of course, Top Glam Collections. Vile tunadunga hivi Manze, we have our person Salome. Big up yourself, yani. Top Glam Collections, kila kitu ni dope, kila kitu ni top, yeah. So thank you so much. Until next time again, see you. Let's go. So bado twende nikupeleke ka lunch. Let's go.